Effect!
Hello fellow Evercadians and retro enthusiasts, welcome to the Evercade Effect. This is Retro Kill-9! Alright, and so today, I'm going to try something new, and if you all like it, I will continue the series from time to time. But today, I am in the spirit of getting my replacement Evercade. I have started a new series called Git Gud. That's right. And it's called Git Gud because after watching this, hopefully, you will get good at a particular game, or genre of games, or a specific thing video game related. And today is going to be Xeno Crisis. Now, an important thing you need to know about Xeno Crisis is I finally got my copy this year, back in July, when Blaze went ahead and they reprinted and came out with a lot of carts. I think I've talked about this before in Evercast. I was finally waiting for a moment to get this. I got this Amazon for 25 bucks for free shipping, as unfortunately with fun stock, I had to get 2 carts at the time. There weren't any 2 carts that I wanted to get except for worms, but I would have had to wait for worms to ship to get it, because that is the one thing about fun stock. Shipping to the US, yeah, is a little bit expensive, and you can't do it unless you get 2 carts. And I want to say at the time, I don't think I knew about Video Games Plus, or I don't know if they had it. And then Songbird Productions and some other places, they wanted a little bit much for the shipping. So, anyways, I finally got it. So it's definitely, I consider it a lot newer, a lot newer of a game than some of the later carts. So let's go ahead and go back in time, and we're gonna speed through the unboxing, and then we're gonna flip up the YouTube studios again, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you how to get good without giving any spoilers. I think that's the important thing. Alrighty, time to boot up the game and go under options. We're going to skip past the intro here, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at the controller config.
Xeno Crisis.
I believe that I left these controls set for the defaults. For the Evercade, your directional shots are all button map by default. You don't need to touch those. The important thing is you want to leave grenade for R and your roll for L, because for me, I find using the directional pad and trying to also roll with that same button works so much better. Trying to use that with the grenade is nearly impossible, so if these aren't the defaults, this is what I highly recommend to get you started. So we're going to go ahead and change the settings to easy. You're going to want to do this when you play the game for the first time to get comfortable, get used to the game. Here, if you press the up arrow, you can change your character from green to blue, which I think is pretty neat. But yeah, before you can go into hard mode, before you can try to beat the game to get the good ending, without using any continues, and I'm not going to spoil that, but it works great into the story for the elixirs. There's a reason why you get the better ending without using the elixirs. So, here we're going to go ahead and start with the basics. So Y is shoot up, A is shoot down, and then X is shoot left, B is shoot right. And if you press, Y and B, it's diagonal up. X and Y is diagonal up left, and then B and A diagonal down, and then X, Y is diagonal down. You got L is your rolls, and now it's very important to master moving around diagonally and rolling. I can't tell you this enough. If you don't master this, you're not going to go far in this game. So it's very imperative you play through the game on easy so you can go through and master these techniques for rolling and doing your diagonal shots. Okay, we're going to run through some gameplay here in level 1, kind of talking about everything and combining all the techniques and dog tags. So the important thing, especially level 1, you want to get as many dog tags as you can. By using roll, you want to get into them. You really don't want to lose any of the dog tags, because at the end of the level, you're going to need these for power-ups, and they will disappear after time. Rescuing people there, that's always cool. That'll bring up your score. I just don't like to leave them behind. And you don't want to see there. I made a mistake. I didn't get the ammo. Boom! You want to get the ammo as soon as you possibly can, because if you don't, yeah, you're screwed. You do have an auto attack that's a melee, but it's not really that great. And you can see here, yep, I want to roll and get the ammo box. Yeah, even though I went ahead and took some damage. For the first boss, you really want to save your grenades. You saw how I got an extra grenade there. If you do, feel free to use it to clear an area. But if not, you really need to go ahead and save them for the boss. So actually, we're going to go ahead and skip through, and I'm going to show you how you can beat the boss for level 1. Now, honestly, this first level boss is really one of the hardest bosses of the game, and I hate that they do that, because it really throws you off. So, you don't want to use your grenades right away. If you start to use your grenades right away, he's going to send out his minions. You want to roll back and forth, dodge the shots, and you want to shoot up in the diagonal shots. This is very, very important, because it allows you to keep strafing left and right, and you want to roll as much as possible. Because I find that if you just try to dodge it normally, you're most likely to get hit. So you're going to keep doing this and doing this, until you see now the minions are come out. So now you can start to chunk your grenades if you want. But you're just going to keep doing this, rinse and repeat into the end, and that's pretty much it until you beat him. It'll definitely take some practice. Don't worry if you die. Like, I went ahead there. Even on easy, you can see this boss is very, very difficult. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and shoot through and continue. For the purposes of recording this video, I didn't want to keep trying this again and again and again until I could beat it without dying. So when you do get to the boss, you want to go ahead and create a save state. That's very important. We're going to talk about this for a moment. At the beginning of each level, you want to have a save state, and before bosses, you want to have a save state. And if you think you can beat a room comfortably and have a decent amount of life and health, go ahead and create a save state there too as well. I mean, why not? You just want to make sure that if you make a mistake and you get stuck where you have too low of life or ammo, you can always flip back to the previous save state. And there we go. We went ahead and beat the boss. Now that we beat the level, we're going to talk about the power-ups you get to use by spending your dog tags. So we have health, we have power, we have more ammo, and then we have speed, and then we have more grenades, more powerful grenades, and then your elixirs, and then your gas mask. So now I'm going to go over my recommendations on what you should pick after level 1. Definitely health and power should be your priorities, or else you won't be able to survive on the next level. Health makes you obviously live longer, and having more power makes you take down your foes faster. And then for me, I usually like to go with speed. You know, it really helps with rolls and getting out of the way. If you want, you can also increase your ammo limit. Don't bother with anything else. Those are the two main power-ups that you want to go ahead and pick here for level 1. And just exit! So real quick, we need to talk about two things. Even if you're going for the bad ending, don't buy the elixirs for extra continues. They cost way too much, and you need the more important power-ups. And the gas mask, I didn't need that until the last level of the game, so really, don't buy that until you're forced to, and just never buy the elixirs. They're a waste of dog tags. Alrighty, so now we're going to talk a little about level 2. You're going to use all your same techniques that are practiced. Hopefully here you've got more health, your weapon is a bit powerfuler, you're a little bit faster, and at this point of the game you should be getting used to rolling around, managing your ammo, looking up for those power-ups. So I'm not going to lie, there's definitely some luck involved in this game, and that's where your save states can come in really handy. If you just feel that you do totally bad, in some rooms, and you lose a bunch of life, feel free to start back over, load it to that save state that I talked about earlier in that room where you do feel comfortable, where you feel like you have a good amount of health, or if you need to revert back to that other save state at the beginning of each level, which you should always have and never overwrite, that's your fail-safe. Otherwise, it is still possible to beat the game, but it's going to take a lot longer. So here, yeah, you can just see the enemies are coming at me, and I'm not afraid to use grenades. That's one thing you need to mention is, so I picked up this weapon here, which is really bad. I don't like it. If you do press select, you'll see here in a moment, I'm going to toss that weapon aside. Don't be afraid to do so if you get that or the shotgun, because those weapons are very situational with the boss. You really don't need grenades at all like you do for the first boss. Actually, the second boss is a million times easier. It's the second level. Yeah, you've got to go ahead and you've got to get those key cards. Otherwise, you can't unlock the door. So now at this point, we're going to go ahead and fast forward and get to the boss. Alrighty, now we're at the boss. And with this boss, just like all the bosses in the game, you want to learn the pattern. That's the nice thing about this game, is that nothing is random. And so, pretty much this boss, you can just go around, you can keep going around, you can keep going around. I got a better weapon there. Keep going around, you'll get them. If you do have grenades, feel free to go ahead and use them. But it's fairly easy. The main thing is you want to go ahead and roll to the other side. Yep, just like that. And just keep going around him, and keep doing this, and keep doing this, and yeah, this is much easier to dodge than the first boss. Just be careful that you don't run into him. And then eventually after doing that, you will finally complete the boss. Easy peasy, right? And now through the magical powers of editing, we finally go ahead and complete the boss. Easy peasy, probably the easiest boss in the game. And now I'm going to show you at this stage of the game, too, what I recommend that we go ahead and choose for our power-ups, get past all this BS here. And definitely you're going to see a theme of the recommendations. You're going to want more health, that's a must, and you're going to want more power-ups. Those are the two most important things. And yeah, max out speed, and you can see a pattern here, right? Yeah, now we here are at level 3. So I'm not going to go ahead and go through level 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oops, spoiler. And tell you how to go through the whole game. But you get the idea. Pretty much your priorities are at the end of each level are maxing out your health, maxing out your speed, and maxing out your power. Those are the most important. And then you want to start to work on ammo. Then once you get your ammo maxed out, then at that point you can pretty much get grenades and whatever else. And it just takes a lot of practice. This game gets really crazy. This level is one of the most difficult levels in my opinion. Here at this point, you're really going to put all those skills to test by using your rolls and your grenades and everything else. I don't think you need to save grenades at this point for the boss, so the kind of rule of thumb is, if you have a swarm of enemies and you need to use a grenade, don't be afraid to use it, because otherwise you'll pay the price later.
Get it right or pay the price!
So from this point, just remember the rules that I talked about, and save state often, and I wish you best of luck in your journey. Now, if you do want me to go ahead and go over more coverage and talk about later levels, maybe I'll make a part 2. Let me know in the comments below. But let's go ahead and flip up the YouTube studio again and wrap this up with my final thoughts. And welcome back. So, I hope that you've enjoyed my video, and thank you so much for sticking with me to the end and watching it this far. And let me know, are you motivated to get good at Xeno Crisis? Please comment below. Let's start our conversation. Let me know if you'd like this to be an ongoing series from time to time with games that I really like. By no means do I claim to be a video game expert, but if I'm having fun with the game, and if I see that it's generally a hard game, I like to share knowledge.
Yeah, I know.
So just let me know, and I just want to thank the community so much. We are so close to the 200 subs. Oh, we are so close. I can taste it, the taste. So I really appreciate everyone's ongoing support. And if you haven't, you know what time it is. Follow me on all my social medias, yada yada yada. You know what to do. If you found this video fun and entertaining, please go ahead and share it with a friend. And well, I created content. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.